Hi, my name is Bailey with My Math Experts, and today I'm going to show you how to solve the following equation. So we're asked to solve for the variable r in the following equation, a equals p plus PRT. So you might be confused because where are all the numbers? There are no numbers, it's all letters. So when we say solve for r here, we're not going to get a number as an answer. We're going to have r in terms of the other variables or letters in this equation. So for example, you might, when you're solving an equation, get like x equals 3 as your answer normally. We're going to have something like x equals y plus z instead. It's going to be in terms of the other letters in this equation. So usually students are very confused when there are no numbers, because if there are no numbers, how do you solve an equation? You solve it the same way as if there were numbers in here. So let's try to solve this with numbers. Let's say p is 3. We don't know what r is because we're trying to solve for r, so let's leave that as r for now. And let's say t is 2. So basically, if we're trying to wrap our head around what do we do first, it can be a good idea to put numbers in for these letters, and that can help kind of jumpstart your brain into, oh, this is just like solving any other equation with numbers. And actually, let's put something in for a here as well. Let's put maybe like 10 or something in here. So if you look at this first, if you're trying to solve this equation for r, you're trying to get r by itself, we're going to kind of follow the rules backwards PEMDAS here, which is SADMEP, meaning we're going to deal with addition and subtraction first. So it looks like we have this 3 that's being added to this term of a bunch of stuff being multiplied together. So the first thing we're going to do is subtract 3 on both sides. And I'm going to leave this as 10 minus 3 for this activity. I'm not going to simplify it for reasons that you'll see shortly here. So similarly, in our example over here, if we want to get r by itself, we have this p that's being added to it. So we're going to subtract p on both sides. So over here, we're going to get a minus p equals PRT. And then if we go back over to our example with numbers in it, we want to get r by itself. Currently, we're going to move on to our multiplication and division step. It's being multiplied with two things. It's being multiplied with a 3, and it's being multiplied with a 2. So if we just go ahead and divide by 3 and 2, actually, let's take this one at a time just to really illustrate what's going on here. Let's just divide by the 3 first to cancel it out. Then we would divide by 3 on this side, and we would get 10 minus 3 over 3 equals r times 2. We can do that equivalently over here. We would divide it by 3, meaning over here, let's divide by p to cancel out the p that's being multiplied with the r. That means we're dividing by p on this side. So we're going to get a minus p over p equals rt. And then going back to our numbers, we want to get r by itself, so let's divide both sides by 2 here to get rid of the times 2, meaning we're going to divide by 2 over here, which we can just say is multiplying by 2 is the same thing as multiplying by 1/2. So we can just go ahead and add this 1/2 down here, which is going to turn 3 times 2 is 6. Actually, let's leave this as 3 times 2 down here just to illustrate really what's going on there. And then r is by itself. So similarly, over here, let's divide by t on both sides to get r by itself. And this is going to be down here dividing by this t as well. So we are going to get r equals a minus p over pt. So you can see, if you just go ahead and solve this equation like as if there were numbers in it, you're going to get through. It's the same exact process. So that's what I always recommend to students who are having a hard time doing this. Just pretend like there are numbers in this. You might be able to visualize it with your mind. You might not have to write everything out separately. But if you need to write things out separately with imaginary, numbers in them, that's totally fine too. Whatever helps you figure out what the steps are going to be to get the variable by itself. So thanks. Hope that is helpful.